Above my sleeping that I cannot now recall, a melody without a language, softer than the snow that falls. She sang it in the darkness when the world outside was cold. She did not know she was a bridge between the new and the old. These voices will outlive us all, the ones who sang us into sleep, the ones who held us in the darkness, the ones whose love ran fathoms deep. They pour themselves into our breathing every night without a word. These voices will outlive us all, the most sacred ever heard. And her mother sang it to her in a language she forgot, and her mother's mother sang it in a world that now is not. But the melody survived them, passed through blood and passed through bone, until it reached the one who sang it to a child who was their own. These voices will outlive us all, the ones who sang us into sleep, the ones who held us in the darkness, the ones whose love ran fathoms deep. They poured themselves into our breathing every night without a word. These voices will outlive us all, the most sacred ever heard. Maybe love is just a melody that passes mouth to ear, from everyone who ever loved us to everyone still here. We remember every voice that sang us home. We remember we were never left alone. These voices will outlive us all, the ones who sang us into sleep, the ones who held us in the darkness, the ones whose love ran fathoms deep. They poured themselves into our breathing every night without a word. These voices will outlive us all, the most sacred ever heard. left before the autumn, and the autumn never brought them back. They kissed the ones who loved them and walked into the black. They did not leave in glory, they left in early morning cold. They left with just a name to carry and a story never told. These voices will outlive us all, the ones who never made it home, the ones who fell in frozen places in the dark and cold alone. They carried more than any sword, they carried us inside. These voices will outlive us all, they never really die. Somewhere in a field of silence, there are names the earth forgot, of men who gave up everything for a life they never got. But every time I face the cold and choose to carry on, I feel the ones who fell before me saying, go where we have gone. These voices will outlive us all, the ones who never made it home, the ones who fell in frozen places in the dark and cold alone. They carried more than any sword, they carried us inside. These voices will outlive us all, they never really die.
Maybe dying was not ending, maybe falling was not lost, maybe everyone who did not return became the bridge we crossed.
We remember every warrior who fell.
We
remember their voices with us still. These voices will outlive us all, the ones who never made it home, the ones who fell in frozen places in the dark and cold alone. They carried more than any sword, they carried us inside. These voices will outlive us all, they never really die. names I will never know, that are written in my bones. There are voices I have never heard, that have never left me alone. They did not ask to be remembered, they only asked to survive. They only asked for one more winter, to keep the bloodline alive. These voices will outlive us all, the ones who never got a stone, the ones who lived and died in silence, the ones whose names were never known. They carried everything we are, through every cold and every night. These voices will outlive us all, they are still here in the light. I think about the woman who carried my line through famine, who held a child in frozen darkness and kept the fire from fading. I do not know her name, I never will, but she is in the way I rise when everything goes still. These voices will outlive us all, the ones who never got a stone, the ones who lived and died in silence, the ones whose names were never known. They carried everything we are, through every cold and every night. These voices will outlive us all, they are still here in the light. Maybe the greatest love is the kind that asks for nothing, that works in silence through the centuries and calls itself just living.
We remember
All the ones whose names are gone.